Audio Jungle.
Our world is gripped by the deadly pandemic, and it is not only an accelerating destruction, yet we will all agree that it is not yet the end of the time. It is just part and parcel of the challenges we are going through at the moment. It is clear that we have so much to love in order to generate a new inundation in this new normal of our education system. For teachers and students, education is our launch pad towards excellence. All the more, we must provide and answer the needs of our learners, our students in general. In a simple explanation, they need education in these trying times. They need education more than ever at all costs. Education is unifying and uplifting experience for all the nations. Online, modular, or blended learning are the signs of the time that it is inevitable to deal with. But proven and research in this area found good evidence that high-quality learning can happen in distance learning environment. Thanks to our DepEd family, who in highest possible means gives us support and has never leave us empty-handed on what to do with our students. The world of education taught us to align and adopt in the new normal with its 5 principles such as change the learning goals and the learning process, design learning activities for the distance learning environment, prepare for students' upcoming challenges, investigate institutional policies, and model a group mindset. With these tools found in different contexts and different researches to guide our way, though not perfect, but something we can bring ahead, it will surely guide our way and will support the learning system at a distance during COVID isolation. As stressed by the Secretary of Education, Secretary Leonor M. Briones, education must continue and should be our top priority. Indeed, the issuance of DepEd Order Number 007, Series of 2020, School Calendar and Activities for School Year 2020-2021, and Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan translate the commitment of DepEd to ensure education continuity in spite the crisis. But the health and safety of our learners and the whole school community are of utmost importance and must be protected at all times. To our indulgent public schools district supervisor, Mr. Jero A. Odicta, our dynamic and innovative Principal 3, Dr. Jimmy B. Billones, hardworking school heads of the District of Sigma, a pleasant day to one and all. Our battle for COVID-19 is not yet over, yet the difficult situation does not stop Vicente Andaya Sr. National High School to continue its mission to serve its clientele and stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan of Vicente Andaya Sr. National High School, a school of service and excellence for school year 2021-2022 with the following objectives. 1. Provide coordinated response to our clientele using multimodal learning options to deliver essential learning activities amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. 2. Facilitate access and flexibility in the delivery of learning using the viable teaching schemes. 3. Simplify learning system and improve teaching pedagogy based on the most essential learning competency needs of the learners. 4. Create effective responses that will safeguard our learners' health as well as safety of the school personnel. In preparation for the upcoming school year, the school has conducted the inventory and survey to gather relevant information. Table 1 shows the enrollment for school year 2021-2022 based on early registration by grade level. The data revealed the number of students by grade level who responded to the early registration, which reveals a total of 1,730 from junior high school and 902 students from the senior high school for both academic and technical, vocational, and livelihood strand. The table shows the inventory of teachers, classrooms, chairs for face-to-face classes. The data revealed a total of 3 teachers, 6 classrooms, and 1,006 chairs are needed by the school for face-to-face classes. The table shows the teachers' inventory on readiness to digital learning. The data revealed that for both junior and senior high school teachers, 37.6% have laptop, desktop, and Wi-Fi at home, and 57.8% have laptop, desktop at home but no internet connection, and only 1.8% does not own a laptop or desktop. 37.6% of teachers have smartphone or tablet with internet access, and 59.6% owned a cell phone or smartphone but no internet access. The table shows the students' inventory on availability of ICT resources. The data revealed that out of 2,632 total population, 2,380 learners or 90.43% have cell phones or smartphones, and 2,470 learners or 93.84% have TV or radio sets at home. Assessment Tool 1. Learners' Readiness. The table shows the number and percent of learners who participated in the survey per grade level. Result of the survey reveals that out of 2,632 students, 375 or 14% have participated in the survey on school readiness assessment. The table shows the number and percent of learners who have ICT equipment, whether it is borrowed, owned by the member of the family, and personally owned. Survey results revealed that 30 or 8% has borrowed laptop, desktop, netbook, or tablet. 107 learners or 31.2% owned by the member of the family, and 30 or 8% personally owned a laptop. For smartphone, 13 or 3.5% only borrowed, 81 or 21.6% have cell phone owned by the member of the family, and 195 or 52% personally owned a cell phone. In terms of internet connectivity, 31 or 8.3% has borrowed routers, 66 or 76.6% of the learners has internet connection or routers owned by the member of the family, and 29 or 7.7% own the internet routers personally. In terms of television, 81 or 21.6% do not have television, and 294 or 78.4% has a television owned by the member of the family. Lastly, 24 or 6.4% of the learners do not have radio at home, and 351 or 93.6% of the learners has radio owned by the member of the family. The table shows the frequency and percentages of learners' responses per statement as to whether the learners have or do not have family members or friends or neighbors who is or are competent in using computer software and communication applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Facebook, Google Meet, Workplace, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom. Survey results revealed that for both junior and senior high school, a total of 139 learners or 44.8% have family members who are competent in using computer software applications such as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and 236 or 62.9% do not have family members who are competent in using computer software applications such as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. It is revealed further that a total of 70 or 18.7% of the learners have family members who are competent in using different online and internet connections and communication platforms, while 305 or 81.3% learners have no family members who are competent in using different online and internet applications and platforms. Moreover, data revealed that 57 or 15.2% of the learners have friends, neighbors, who are competent in using computer software applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Facebook, Google, Workplace, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet, whereas a total of 318 or 84.8% of the learners do not have friends who are competent in using computer software applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Facebook, Google, Workplace, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet. Finally, when the learners were asked if they have friends or neighbors who are competent in using different online and internet applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Facebook, Google, Workplace, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet, 50 or 13.3% answered yes, and 325 or 86.7% answered no. Assessment Tool 2. Teachers' Readiness. The table shows the work from home readiness of teachers. Data result revealed that most of the teachers are now ready to work from home. The table shows the teacher's assessment on ICT knowledge and skills. Data revealed that in terms of using different computer software applications such as MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, Adobe, and Movie Maker, teachers are found to be proficient for both junior and senior high school. In terms of using online and internet applications or communication platforms such as web browser, Facebook applications, Workplace, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Hangouts, Quizmaker, Google Meet, 79 or 88.5% of teachers are knowledgeable and proficient in using Facebook applications. The table shows on using different learning modes for online learning. In terms of utilizing different learning modes for online learning, 36 or 34.6% of the teachers are not knowledgeable on blended learning, while 59 or 56.7% are beginning, and only 11 or 10.6% are proficient. For flipped classroom, 86 or 82.7% of the teachers are not knowledgeable, 14 or 13.5% are beginning, and only 6 or 5.8% are proficient. For Google Classroom, 30 or 28.8% of the teachers are not knowledgeable, 54 or 51.9% are beginning, and 22 or 21.1% are proficient. In terms of distance education, 79 or 75.9% are not knowledgeable, 18 or 17.3% are beginning, and 9 or 26.5% are proficient. For mobile learning, 68 or 65.4% are not knowledgeable, 26 or 25% are beginning, and 10 or 9.6% are proficient. Assessment Tool 3, School ICT Facilities. The table shows the number of ICT facilities or equipment per level and ratio to school. The data revealed that the school have available functional facilities or equipment such as desktop, computer, with a total of 49 units, 1 netbook, 1 laptop, 50 tablets, 35 television set, 3 printers, 1 computer network, and 50 depth computerization program. The table shows the adequacy of ICT facilities. Both junior and senior high school has adequate ICT facilities except for the e-book, online library, and other media technology for learners and teachers which are inadequate and not present in the school. Assessment Tool 4, Learning Resource Readiness. The table shows the learning resource readiness of schools as to availability and adequacy. The data reveal that in terms of print form and manipulatives such as curriculum guide, teacher's manual, and DLL or DLPs are found to be adequate, while in terms of learners' textbooks, learners' worksheets or activity sheets, learners' modules and storybooks are found to be inadequate. In terms of digital form, such as teachers' reference materials in all learning areas, they were found to be adequate, but in terms of learners' textbooks, learners' worksheets, learners' modules, interactive resources, and video resources, they were all found to be inadequate. Assessment Tool 5, Learners' Readiness for Teacher Advisor. Assessment Tool 6, the school head's response to school leadership. The school head's response to a community where the school is located. Synthesis based on survey assessment. 1. The results of the survey showed that 72% of the total enrollees of the junior high school and 14% of the total enrollees of the senior high school have responded to the online survey for school year 2021-2022. 2. The survey showed 30 students or 8% have laptop, desktop computer, netbook, tablet. This shows also that 195 or 52% have smartphones. It also shows that 29 or 7.7% have internet connection or routers. Furthermore, there are 294 or 78% have television sets and 351 or 945 have transistor radio at home to be used for online learning this school year 2021-2022. 3. The learner's response on competencies of using different online and internet application platform is above average. 4. The teacher's adequacy of time in delivering online classes is 37 or 36%. Teacher's knowledge on troubleshooting minor hardware malfunction is 33 or 32%. Teacher's knowledge on online access technical help desk whenever technical glitches is 42 or 40%. The teachers with internet connection for online learning is 41 or 39%. Teachers with private place in the home for interacting with learners' online teaching is 37 or 35%. 5. Teachers' level of competence in MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, Adobe, Movie Maker, online and internet application communication platforms is proficient, while for online learning utilizing different learning modes is in beginning level. The number of ICT facilities or equipment per level and ratio to school is insufficient, while school ICT facilities are inadequate. 7. The school learning resources such as curriculum guide, teacher's guide, teacher's manual, and DLL or DLP of teachers are adequate. 8. Teachers' reference materials in digital form in all learning areas are adequate, while learners' worksheets, learners' textbooks, learners' manuals, and video resources are inadequate. 9. Number of teachers with family members who are competent in using computer software applications such as Word and PowerPoint is on low level, and the number of learners with friends, neighbors, who are competent in using different online and internet application and communication platforms is also on the low level. Conclusions based on the survey. For modular mode of teaching, out of 2,632 enrollees, 1,527 responded, representing 58% of the total population. This shows that majority of the students preferred the modular mode of teaching. For face-to-face mode of teaching, the implementation of face-to-face mode of teaching is possible, provided that policy and protocol for COVID-19 pandemic should be strictly observed. For combination of face-to-face, online, and modular classes, modular classes shall be implemented for competencies that may not be taught in classroom setting. Online classes are only limited to those students who have access to internet. Face-to-face classes will be an option to those students who are lagging behind and needs remediation. Based on the result of the survey, Vicente Andaya Sr. National High School crafted this learning continuity plan. Areas of concern for learners in terms of schedule of classes, objectives, to design flexible schedule of classes, activities, make schedule of classes and class program using Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday scheme. For activities of the learners, objectives, to group learners based on internet connectivity. For those who preferred to have the e-learning, availability for those who preferred to have the face-to-face learning, and location for those who preferred for modular learning. Activities. Conduct survey to learners for internet connectivity per grade level. Orient parents about the different learning modes. For the teachers in terms of teaching load. Objectives. To adjust teachers' load according to teaching delivery mode. Activities. To group teachers according to specialization in English, Science, Math, Filipino, Araling Panlipunan, MAPE, TLE or TVL, and ESP. Assign load to teachers according to specialization, mode of teaching delivery. In terms of teachers' training, objectives, to enhance competence of teachers in terms of the needed training to effectively deliver the appropriate teaching mode. Activity, group teachers according to their training needs. Develop competence of teachers in using different online communication platforms and computer software. Activities, inventory of teachers' weaknesses in different online communication and learning platforms. Top expertise of ICT coordinator and staff who are proficient related to computer software and online platforms. For learning resources, in terms of learning modules, worksheets for online learning, face-to-face learning, and modular learning. Objectives, to meet the required competencies in specific learning areas. to develop modules and worksheets available for online, face-to-face, and modular learning. Activities. Identify essential competencies needed to be taught in each learning area. Develop module worksheets in each learning area based on the identified essential competencies. Reproduce and distribute modules or worksheets based on the assessed needs. In terms of internet connectivity for online learning, objectives to provide strong internet connection for online learning, to create e-learning hub for public use, activities, provide additional internet router or pocket Wi-Fi's for learners and teachers' use. Tap, collaborate with a local government unit or LGU for possible financial support or free internet connectivity for online learning. For learning environment following the COVID-19 protocols in terms of social distancing, objectives to strictly observe social distancing during face-to-face learning. Activities. Set up classrooms practicing social distancing with a minimum of 20 students per class and adopt class shifting, MTW, and THFS schedule. In terms of face masks, objective to strictly monitor the wearing of face masks at all times. Activities. Secure each learner with face masks to be worn at all times during face-to-face learning. Impose no face mask, no entry policy. In terms of proper hygiene, objective to strictly observe proper hygiene among learners before, during, and after face-to-face learning. Activities. Disinfect the hands and shoes of learners upon entry at the school gate or upon entry at the respective classrooms. For community partnership initiatives, At-Home Learning Spaces Program, objectives to establish At-Home Learning Spaces Program, activities, orient teachers on the establishment of At-Home Learning Spaces Program, conduct parents orientation on At-Home Learning Spaces Program, conduct benchmarking, putting up of At-Home Learning Space, provision of technical assistance, monitoring and evaluation, and preparation and submission of reports. For home visitation, to provide assistance to learners who are lagging behind. Activities. Identify students who are lagging behind. Meeting with parents for possible action or solution. Provide supplementary learning materials. Provide assistance to parents. Provide updated information and follow-up. Conduct assessment. Monitoring and evaluation. Preparation and submission of reports. In terms of partnership with stakeholders, to establish strong and supportive linkages, activities, identifying possible partners, send out letters to identified partners, presentation of programs and projects to identified partners, implementation of projects and programs, monitoring and evaluation, preparation and submission of liquidation reports and accomplishment reports. For the school's risk management, anticipated risks. 1. Poor internet connectivity in rural areas for online classes. 2. Teachers' proficiency in the delivery of online learning using online communication platforms and computer software. 3. Delayed submission of worksheets and other outputs in modular instruction. 4. Greater risk of exposure to COVID-19 for those who are on face-to-face learning. 5. Adaptability of learners and teachers to different methods of learning. Mitigating measures. 1. Collaborate with LGU to provide pocket Wi-Fi's, router, and set up common e-learning areas. 2. Develop technical working group per learning area to facilitate efficient and effective delivery of online learning. 3. Create committee for modular instruction to facilitate retrieval of worksheets and outputs in specified time and date. 4. Set up classrooms practicing social distancing and proper hygiene etiquette among learners. Maximum of 20 students per class, and adopt class shifting, MPW, and THFS schedule. 5. Staff teachers based on their expertise in different modes of learning. Vicente Andaya Sr. National High School presents our School Monitoring, Evaluation, and Adjustment or SMEA for second quarter of calendar year 2020-2021, presented by our School Principal 3, Dr. Jimmy B. Billones, to our stakeholders on July 6, 2021, 1:30 p.m. at Basaniches Techno Hall. Prioritized KRA 1 for instructional leadership. Priorities: preparation of modules, learning activity sheets in all year levels, curriculum support system, community industry relevance and partnership, characterization, local government unit, Parents-Teachers Association involvement, linkages to other partnerships. Proposed intervention: mobilized PTA officers, enhance capacity of partnership focal person in tapping potential partners. Date of implementation: January to July 2021. Technical assistance needed: technical assistance from the CID Chief and Education Program Supervisors of the Division Office. Prioritized PIA for governance. Priorities: pre-planting, preparation and maintenance of gulayan sa paaralan, upgrading existing and increasing number of group hand washing facilities, curriculum support system, community industry relevance and partnership, characterization, PTA involvement, linkages to industries. Proposed intervention: mobilized PTA officers, enhance capacity of partnership focal person in tapping potential partners. Date of implementation: July to August 2021. Technical assistance needed: technical assistance from the Division Social Mobilization Unit for possible training for the enhancement of capacity of partnership focal person and school head. Quarterly accomplishments reports for both physical and financial aspects. KRA in terms of instructional leadership. Activity: procure sufficient tools and materials for printing self-learning modules and learning activity sheets. Activity output: procured reams of bond papers, master papers, risograph ink, and computer bottles ink for printers. Status: accomplished. Amount to be utilized: 481,975.12. Actual amount utilized: 481,975.12. Percent of utilization: 100%. Activity: allocate budget for howling modules from division office to school. Activity output: provision of budget for howling of modules. Status: completed. Amount to be utilized: 20,000. Amount utilized 20,000. Percent of utilization 100%. Activity: allocate fund for home-based work immersion of electrical installation and maintenance and motorcycle and small engine servicing. Activity output: budget allocated and utilized by the learners. Status: accomplished. Amount to be utilized 46,862. Actual amount utilized 46,862. Percent of utilization 100%. In terms of learning environment, activity: to conduct minor repair and maintenance of classrooms, ceiling and windows. Activity output: damaged ceiling and windows of 12 classrooms repaired. Status: accomplished. Amount to be utilized 50,000. Amount utilized 50,000. Percent of utilization 100%. Activity: to conduct repair of electrical facilities. Activity output: damaged electrical facilities repaired. Status: accomplished. Amount to be utilized 20,000. Actual amount utilized 20,000. Percent of utilization 100%. Activity: allocate fund for decorative cement flower pots. Activity output: budget allocated. Status: completed. Amount to be utilized 20,000. Amount utilized 20,000. Percent of utilization 100%. In terms of human resource management, activity: to allocate fund for previous virtual inset. Activity output: budget allocated and expenses for inset. Status: completed. Amount to be utilized 5,000. Amount utilized 5,000. Percent of utilization 100%. Activity: to allocate fund for LAC sessions. Activity output: budget allocated for LAC sessions. Status: completed. Amount to be utilized 15,000. Amount utilized 15,000. Percent of utilization 100%. In terms of parents' involvement and community partnership, activity: to acquire donors for health and wellness of school personnel. Activity output: health and wellness kits for school personnel made available. Status: accomplished. Amount to be utilized 10,000. Amount utilized 10,000. Percent of utilization 100%. To acquire donors for additional supplementary learning materials. Activity output: supplementary materials made available. Status: accomplished. Amount to be utilized and amount utilized. Actual amount cannot be utilized because the nation is in kind, not monetary. Percent of utilization 100%. Activity: to obtain partner in the pre-planting preparation and maintenance of gulayan sa paaralan. Activity output: obtain partner in the preparation and maintenance of gulayan sa paaralan. Status: partially accomplished. Amount cannot be estimated because the nation is in kind, not monetary. Percent of utilization 50%. Activity: to obtain partner in the ground leveling and preparation for concreting of Vassanage's gymnasium. Activity output: obtain partner in the preparation for concreting of Vassanage's gym. Status: partially accomplished. Amount to be utilized: amount cannot be estimated because the nation is in kind, not monetary. Percent of utilization, 50%. Summary of issues and actions taken. Issues encountered, which include issues and concerns to be elevated to higher management. First, home-based work immersion of EIM and MSES learners did not have tools to be used at home. Action taken. Learners were allowed to use the tools and equipment supplied by DepEd Central Office to the school. Second, 5 learners are temporarily enrolled. Action taken. Monitored and constant follow-up to the division planning section. Third, 2 projects that need parents' involvement and community partnership were not accomplished. Action taken. Assisted partnership focal person in reaching out potential partners. Summary of facilitating factors. 1. Unstinted support of the Barangay Council, Poblacion Sur, Sigma Capiz. 2. Cooperation and full support of the local government unit. 3. Supportive division personnel and parents or guardians. 4. Commitment of teachers and school personnel to work overtime. 5. Intensive supervision and monitoring of the school head, department heads, and adaptive education program supervisors. 6. Donations from generous stakeholders. That ends our presentation. Thank you, everyone. May God bless us all. Bus NHS Sparks.